Welcome to Chemistry Buds. Today I will discuss system with incongruent melting points. In the last video, I have discussed the system with a congruent melting point, and we have studied the ferric chloride water system. Okay. So, for system exhibiting incongruent melting point, we are continuing two component system. So the two components are miscible in their fused state or liquid state, and when they do not react, they form butane, and when they react to form new compound with congruent melting point, that compound is stable up to melting point, and when the two components react to form a compound which decomposes before attaining the melting point. Okay, so that type of compound we say exhibit a incongruent melting point. So, let us start how the incongruent melting point is exhibited by this compound. So, we have taken the A, here we have 100% A and 100% B here. The temperature is taken along y-axis. Okay. And in the x-axis we have taken the mole percent. It's the composition we have taken here. Okay. So A is the melting point of A, the substance, the component, and B is the melting point of component B. Suppose we have taken a composition that is 80% A and 20% B, say here. Okay, so we have taken the mixture in the container, and it is heated to a very high temperature where both components become liquid and homogeneous. So in this state, in the melting condition, they react to form a compound AB. So, if we at this composition it will be cooled, then at this point the first separation of the solid A starts, and as the solid A separates out, then the composition of the solution decreases and okay. So here is the eutectic point. Okay. So here you have the separation of A, and here is the separation of A. But at this point C, you get a AB2, a new compound in addition to A. Okay. So in case of the AB2 is the new compound. So this curve, it is the freezing point curve. AC is the freezing point curve of A in presence of AB2. Okay. So in the melt, so up to this, in the composition in the melt, it is A and AB. Okay. So in the liquid phase, the two component reacts. So here the A is maximum, B is minimum. So whatever B is present, it reacts with A to form AB2, and this is also in molten state. So at this point, we have some A is formed at this point. So when further cooled at this point, some more A is formed. At this point, some more A is formed. and at this utility point C, we have the formation of the new compound, that is AB2. Okay, so let us take the composition, say somewhat here. Okay, so if this will be the composition, and in the molten state there is A and AB2. Okay, they are also in molten state. When this will be cooled, then at this point you will get the formation of AB2 solid, and this AB2 solid will be in equilibrium with the solution, with the melt containing A and AB2. In the melt there is A and AB2. Okay, so in the again if you take another composition, say corresponding to this point, okay, so and the solution further cooled, then here at this point you will get AB2. Okay, so AB2, and this AB2 solid is in equilibrium with the melt or the solution, and the solution composition of solution is A and AB2. Okay, but when if you take the composition, say this composition, and this is a melt, so here you will find the separation of B in addition to AB. Okay, AB2. In addition to AB2, the separation of B stacks, and this is called the incongruent melting point. So point D is equal to the incongruent melting point. Okay. So what happens at this point, the AB2 it dissociates. Okay, it dissociates to form new compound, and here it gives AB2 and E. Okay, so if this curve will be extrapolated to E, then this E is called the congruent. E is called, this is a hypothetical congruent melting point. Hypothetical congruent melting point. Okay, so this cannot be reached. Okay, and at this, if this composition will be achieved, at this composition it will be achieved, then at this corresponding to this temperature, then all the solution, the total solution will solidify as AB2. Okay, so this is called the hypothetical congruent melting point. So before attaining the congruent melting point, the compound AB2 it dissociates to A and B. Okay, so again if you take the composition, say here, then here you will find the solidification of B stacks, and this is in this region the melt contain B and AB2. Okay, so in this region the melt contain A and AB2, and from this region to this point to this, here it is the melt contain B and AB2, and this solid is in equilibrium with the melt. If you take another point, say here, composition corresponds to here, and if you cool it, then here the solid B will separate, and it will be in equilibrium with the melt. Then the melt contain the B and AB. So this is, so the solid here in equilibrium with the solution, or we can say the melt. Okay. So at this, if this is the D is the incongruent melting point. So in this system, you are not getting a point where the total solution can be transformed to solid AB2. In case of your the congruent melting point, so this is the composition where at this composition, when this composition is reached, you are getting the total solution converted to the solid. Okay, and the composition of solid and the solution becomes the same in case of the congruent melting point. However, in this system where it forms the compound with the incongruent melting point, you are unable to get the point where the total solution can solidify as its a compound. Okay, so if we from D draw a straight line and connect this hypothetical point, hypothetical congruent point, then this point is called, this point I, it is called the eutectic point. So this point, if this point will be reached at this point, you will get the solid B and AB2. Okay, so at point D, you are getting AB2 and B, but this is not called as a eutectic point. This is called as an incongruent melting point, peritectic point, or meritectic point, or you can say this is the transition point, where the compound transits to the new compound. Okay. So, and in this region, say, so AB2, the solid AB2 and plus B is there. But in this region, there is only B equilibrium with the solution. So this region, this is the B, AB2 and melt. Okay, and melt. So the and melt contains what? B and AB2. So we are always in the container. The system, we have to consider the container. So whatever solid is formed, it is in the container and in the solution is there. Okay. So in this temperature, friends, so from D, C, G, I, in this region, you will get only AB2. Okay. The AB2 is it dissociates before you are attaining the melting point. Okay, so in this region, this is a equilibrium with AB2 solid and melt contain A and AB2. Okay, so this point is the C, it is the eutectic point. So here is one doubt that at this point there is also formation of AB2 and B, and at this point here it is formation of A and AB2. This is called a eutectic point, but this is called the incongruent melting point. Okay, this is called incongruent melting point because at this point the formation of AB2 is there, but the formation of the AB2 is to a less extent, and more of the AB2 dissociates to the solution, to form the solution, that is B and AB2. Okay, so after this composition, if you see after this composition, you will get the solid B separates out from the solution. So this clears the idea about the incongruent melting point. And also you have the idea of the melt composition. What is the composition of melt? Though we have added A and B, in the molten state, in the fused state, they react to form A and AB2. Okay. So this is regarding the incongruent melting point. I hope you have understood the incongruent concept of incongruent melting point, and this is the other names, meritectic point, peritectic point, also called as a transition point, where AB2 transits to B. form new compound. After this point, this will the AB2 will disappear. Okay, and so far as the degree of freedom is concerned, we have already discussed for the eutectic and the congruent melting point system. So the solution, this is one page, and in solution, if you consider the region A, C, D, D, this region. So here, if in this total region, we have four different species, three different species, A, AB2, and B. And in this system, there are four phases. Okay, so there are four phases. That is A solid, B solid, AB2 solid, and the melt. Okay, and this melt contains A, AB2, and B, or sometimes it is A, AB2, and sometimes it is B, AB2, depending upon the composition of A and B in the mixture. So this is solution, it is one phase. Okay, so when it is one phase, then the degree of freedom is 2, and we have some invariant points B and C. These are invariant points, and you have also learned the E, that is the hypothetical congruent point, congruent melting point, and also the I. The I is the another hypothetical eutectic point. Okay, so these points are difficult to form. Okay, so in the diagram, in the picture, we can show it easily. And so the degree of freedom at the point D is 0. So if this is invariant, C is invariant, and any point, it is on the line, on the curve, or below the region of the curve, this is a monovariant. Okay, because here it is two phase, that is solid A present in the melt. Here the solid A and the solid AB2, this is present in the solution. The solution is also there, the melt is there. So in this case, solid AB2 and melt, two phases there. So this is monovariant. So this is also the solid AB2 and solid B there, this in this region, but this is present in this solution. Okay, in the solution it is formed there. So this is also monovariant. Okay, so I hope you understood the incongruent melting point, and in return I expect you should share among your friends as much as you can, and give your like and comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.